Some of the tastiest, most valuable wild foods in Britain are grown right under your feet, and it feels like nicking them should be illegal. Today I'm showing you 11 UK wild plants that seem too good to be free. There is one simple rule that keeps you out of trouble, and I'll give it to you in just a few seconds. Welcome to Charlie's Survival. Here's the simple rules that keep you safe and respectful. Forage for personal use only. Take modest amounts of above ground parts like leaves, flowers and berries. Don't uproot plants without permission. Avoid protected sites or places with bylaws against foraging, and always be certain of your identification. If you're not 100% sure, don't eat it. Here's how this will work. For each plant, I'll quickly cover where and when to find it, how to recognize it in about 10 seconds, why it feels illegal, and the easiest way to use it, and any cautions. Let's dive in. Number 1, wild garlic. You'll find it in damp woods, along riverbanks and in shady lanes in spring. The leaves come first, then the white starry flowers. The 10-second ID is simple. Broad, soft single leaves rising from the ground, and when you crush them gently between your fingers, your hand should smell unmistakably of garlic. It feels illegal because it's such a flavour bomb. A handful turns boring pasta into a restaurant plate. The easiest use is a quick pesto. Leaves, oil, lemon and salt whiz together. Flowers are a peppery garnish, and unopened buds make great wild capers in vinegar. The caution is important. Lily of the valley and lords and ladies can hide amongst it, and they're poisonous. If it doesn't smell like garlic, don't pick it. And follow the 1 in 3 rule. 1 for the plant, 1 for wildlife, and 1 for you. Number 2, stinger nettles. Nettles grow absolutely everywhere. Field edges, allotments, canal paths. You want the young top leaves in spring and again after strimming. ID is easy. Opposite serrated leaves, stinging hairs and a squarish stem. It feels illegal because it's free superfood, higher in minerals and protein than spinach. Pinch the top 4 to 6 leaves, blanch them for 60 seconds to kill the sting, and use them like spinach in omelettes, pasta, pesto or pakoras. Avoid dog-height roadside patches, sprayed verges or plants covered in aphids. Number 3, jack by the hedge. Also called garlic mustard, look along shaded hedgerows and path edges in spring. The leaves are slightly heart-shaped and crinkled, with a faint garlicky scent when crushed, and the flowers are small and white with 4 petals. It feels illegal because it's basically a ready-made condiment. Chop it into mayo or butter for instant wild aioli. Add the flowers on top, and later in the season the young seed pods are like tiny mustard beans. Flavour fades and turns bitter as it gets older, so pick the tender stuff and move on. Number 4, sea beet. Head to coastal shingles, sea walls and harbour fringes from late spring to autumn. Look for thick, glossy, dark green leaves shaped like arrowheads growing in low clumps. It tastes like robust spinach because it's the wild ancestor of chard and beetroot. It feels illegal because you're getting free gourmet greens right by the sea. Tear, rinse and give it a quick toss in a pan with oil and lemon. Perfect with fish. Number 5, Marsh samphire. You'll find samphire in salt marshes and tidal flats around the UK. The best season is late June through September. It looks like bright green jointed fleshy little antlers. It snaps clean and tastes salty and fresh. It feels illegal because it's a restaurant vegetable for free. Blanch it briefly, then toss it in butter and lemon and add black pepper. It's like mini asparagus. If you want to become more self-sufficient and rebellious, I've spent months testing and putting modern UK survival items in one place. From foraging equipment to home survival, feel free to click the Amazon link in the description after this video. Number 6, wood sorrel. Look in damp woodlands, mossy banks and at the base of old trees in spring and early summer. It has 3 delicate heart-shaped leaflets on a thin stalk like a tiny shamrock and tastes like a clean apple lemon. And it feels illegal because it's nature's sherbet, a wild seasoning you can just scatter over your food. Use a few leaves to finish fish, salads or soft cheese and it instantly wakes up the dish. It contains oxalic acid, so think garnish, not a bowlful, especially if your kidneys aren't the best. Number 7, Alexanders. You'll see it along coast, hedge banks and near old monasteries, spreading widely in the southwest. It has shiny dark green divided leaves, thick hollow stems and greenish umbrella-like flower heads. The smell is like celery and myrrh. It feels illegal because it was once a cultivated vegetable of the Romans. You're basically harvesting a heritage crop. Peel the young stems, blanch them and butter them like celery or asparagus. The tight buds, they can be brined like capers, and the dried seeds make a peppery spice. But there's a serious caution here. This sits in the Umbellifer family, which also contains deadly plants. Learn the family pattern and be absolutely confident before you try Alexander's. Number 8. Gorse flowers. You'll find gorse on heathland, coastal cliffs and commons. You've probably heard the saying, when gorse is out of bloom, kissing's out of fashion. Meaning there's almost always some in bloom, with the best flush in spring. You're looking for a spiny evergreen shrub with bright yellow coconut scented pea flowers. It feels illegal because that coconut perfume on a bleak British headland is like stumbling across a tropical sweet shop. Use the flowers for a light syrup in lemonade, scatter them in salads or infuse them in vinegar. Watch out for the thorns and avoid dusty roadside bushes. Number 9. Hawthorn. Hawthorns form a lot of our hedgerows. In April and May the leaves are young and tender. In May you get white blossom, and in autumn the red haws arrive. The idea is clear: a thorny hedge tree with deeply cut leaves, white blossom in May and red berries later on. It feels illegal because the young leaves are known as bread and cheese, and you can literally snack on hedges of every field in Britain. Add a handful of young leaves to sandwiches for a nutty note. Later in the year, turn the haws into ketchup or fruit leather. Number 10. Wild fennel. Spot it on sunny coasts, rail embankments and brownfield sites. It has tall feathery fronds and yellow flower umbels later. The snap and sniff tests give you a clear anise or licorice scent. It feels illegal because it turns a cheap mackerel into a holiday in Sicily for £0. Chop the fronds into salads, fish or butter and toast the seeds for a brilliant fennel salt. Don't confuse it with hemlock. Fennel has the pleasant anise smell and the thread-like leaves, while hemlock has purple blotches on smooth hollow stems, broader fern-like leaves and a nasty mousy odour. If anything feels off, don't eat it. Number 11. Sloes from the blackthorn. You'll find thorny black bark thickets along hedgerows and field edges. In spring it's covered in blossom before the leaves, and in autumn you get blue-black berries with a dusty bloom. And it feels illegal because you can turn this beautiful berry into a lovely Christmas gin. Prick the berries, add sugar and gin in a jar, shake it for a week and then occasionally. Here's a 10-second identification drill you can run on every plant. First, check the habitat. Does this plant belong in this place? Second, look at the leaf and stem pattern. Are the leaves opposite or alternate? Are the stems smooth or hairy, hollow or solid? Third, crush and smell. Does it smell pleasantly edible or off and unpleasant? Fourth, check the season. Is it the right time of year for this plant? Fifth, cross-confirm one extra feature: the flower form, thorns, sap colour or the feel of the leaf. If any step fails, you walk away. Because you've stayed this far, here's a quick bonus: rose hips. You'll see them on hedges and coastal shrubs in autumn after the first frosts. Look for red oval hips on arching thorny briars, with 5-petaled pink or white roses in summer. And this one feels illegal because you can make a vitamin C rich syrup that tastes like marmalade and costs pennies. Chop the hips, then simmer with water, strain through a cloth and sweeten to taste. Strain well because the inner hairs are itchy. A few fieldcraft habits make this sustainable. Pick lightly so you can't tell you've been. Rotate spots and never hammer the same patch. Leave roots in the ground. Keep your kit clean so you don't spread invasives, and jot a quick note in your phone: date, location, plant and what you cooked. Your future self will thank you when the season rolls around again. Here's my challenge for you. Pick one plant you're 100% certain on this week and make a simple dish. Share a photo with the hashtag #CharlieSurvival. Comment below your all-time favourite edible UK plant and subscribe to level up your wisdom and become more resilient. Head over to the Charlie Survival Amazon kit list to stock up on the essentials to survive anything the UK chucks at you. You can find the link in the description. Everything you've learned here gets 10 times easier when your pantry is prepped. Click this video on screen now to get essential prepping items before it's too late. Stay free, stay resilient, and as always, stay wild.